Well, he looked all around the country, but it simply wasn't there for an entry-level cowboy such as he, till he found Wooly Williams Rodeo and Snowmobile Repair. That sounded like an outfit you should see. But Williams said, "I'm sorry, Arn, but I barely got the stock for the cowboys I got riding for me now. But if you're an open-minded feller, then you and me should talk, because there's another way to start, if you know how." "Yeah, you're about the right size, and you seem to have the grit. We could throw both our problems in a pile, if you'd consent to wear a calf suit. I know I got one that would fit. And let the boys chase and rope you for a while. Now, just as soon as I can get more stock, you can cowboy right away, and no one else would ever have to know. I got 3 calf suits to choose from. You can pick one out today. I've had them cleaned and pressed. They're good to go." Well, our cowboy was reluctant. "I can't do that," Arnie whined. But William says, "I'll throw in all your hay to boot." And it was a way to leave the school kids behind. So he suited up and got into the chute. Now, at first he was a poor calf, but it was mostly attitude, and he seemed to get the hang of it in time. Yeah, he'd wag his tail and go. They could hardly catch that dude. And things begun working out just fine. Till one day, he got so wound up, he run clear to the other side, and before he could stop, he had busted through the fence. He was standing in the bullpen when he opened his eyes wide and felt his stomach churn and muscles tense, 'cause yonder come a wild-eyed brute, a snorting all the way. Arnie fell to his knees and began to scream and sob. That bull was close enough to two-step when old Arn heard him say, "Shut up, you fool, or we'll both lose our jobs." "If you want to be a cowboy, then you just say a prayer. Start off on the bottom, work your way down from there." Pardon me while I get a guitar on. Alton, I've got this thing up here, and I don't know what to do with it. So I put it away for you. Folks, I've got most of these songs memorized, but I'm fairly nervous tonight. I have only done this sort of things in the company of a, in the company of folks who know me so well that they cut me a lot of slack. And so I hate to beg for that tonight, and I won't. But, well, what it is what it is, and we'll just go from there. All right. I have to put on a few props here. Judy and I, my sweet wife, stand up and just like take a bow, and you get you a clap like I just got me. Thank you very, very much. We should have her telling jokes while I'm putting on various props and stuff. I've got some to go through here. But she doesn't tell jokes very well. And
you can just tell stories. That'll be funny.
And if I keep it up, I'll be in the doghouse. So anyway, give me just a second. This here is a real cap gun, and it is loaded, and I won't shoot it, but I will put it in my belt. Actually, it's a pocket, but don't tell.
Oh, classic.
I feel better already, do you? I asked Judy if I could just wear this downtown the other day to the post office, and she said no. All right. A cowboy with a guitar came to Norco Church today. He claimed to have some music, some tunes that he could play. A deacon asked, "Who are you?" Then came a real surprise. He said, "I ain't a cowboy. I'm a ghost writer in disguise." Yippee-yi-yes, who would have guessed? He's a ghost writer in disguise. His nose is made of plastic, his mustache made of felt. He wears a phony cowboy hat, a cat gun in his belt. He doesn't own a pony, that's obvious of course. But when he sings too loud and long, he gets a little hoarse. Huh? Huh? All right, if you missed that one, I'm not going to sing it again. Yippee-yi-yoni, he don't own a pony. He's a ghost rider in disguise. He said, "I'm on a hats tour." The deacon asked, "What's that?" "Not like any other tour except you wear a hat. For example, just an hour ago I was out in your arena and I couldn't find a word to rhyme with that. So now I'm in a pickle." Okay, to make this work, let me see. I grabbed my guitar and my hat. Now I'm in here today. How about I was out in your arena? That's as close as we're going to get. Yippee-yi-yor. That's an 85-foot tour from the Ghost Rider in disguise. You don't know what you're missing if you've never heard him play. You don't know what you're in for, but you're in for it today. He'll probably tell a joke or two and sing another song, at least if you are lucky. This gig won't last too long. Yippee-yi-yurdy, we'll be done by 11:30. The Ghost Rider in disguise. I'm glad to get that one out of the way because it kind of does set the mood, at least in my brain. And why ghostwriter? You know what a ghostwriter is? That's a person who writes and signs somebody else's name. He doesn't want you to know that it's his material. Well, that's pretty much true about all of this stuff I'm singing. But that more or less sets the tone for some of the humor we'll be doing. All right. Alton and I went to Ozark Bible College. I ended up there a little late, but I got there. And while I was there, I heard a song by a couple of brothers. We think it's the Sampson brothers or the Simpson brothers, and I haven't found out which yet. Alton, did you do your homework on that?
No, I haven't had time.
I didn't think you did. Because that's my job anyway, not yours. Folks, my big goal for this evening is just not to make Alton look stupid. If I look stupid, that's okay. But I appreciate him more than I can say. All right, the Simpson or Sampson brothers did a thing with a biblical event, and the song they wrote was just funny. I have a scripture text to read to you from 1 Kings chapter 18, the 27th verse. And this tells me something. It's like a biblical philosophy that it is okay and maybe even a good idea not just to reject or scorn evil, but to mock it. Ever thought of that? Here's what the text says, right from the scripture. About noontime, Elijah began mocking them. "You'll have to shout louder," he scoffed, "for surely he is a god. Perhaps he is daydreaming or relieving himself." You've probably recognized the contest on Mount Carmel with the 400 prophets of Baal and Elijah, that lone prophet of God, standing against them. And I just think this is funny. He says, perhaps he's relieving himself. Some of the other versions don't handle that nearly so delicately. The verse continues, maybe he's away on a trip, or is asleep, or needs to be awakened. All right. The priests who served the idol Baal were 450 strong. Elijah knew that they were just 450 wrong. 450 wrong. Let's play a game, Elijah said, and see whom we should follow. Someone's God is really God, and someone's God is hollow, 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 hollow. I think 2 altars and 2 bulls without a fire will do. That was the chord. Whoever has a better God will have a barbecue. Yeah, have a barbecue. And Elijah said to all the people, come on and make up your mind. If the Lord be God, then we'll follow him. But if Baal prevail, then to him we'll hail without fail, without fail. Folks, I'm serious about this. Am I singing this too fast? Are you catching most of the words?
Oh, yeah. Without fail.
Thank you. The idol's prophets prayed their prayers till noon and nothing came. What time's it getting to be? 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and things look just the same. And things look just the same. You've prayed all day, Elijah said, and it's still just a raw old beef. Looks to me like your poor God must be asleep or deep, must be asleep or deep. The idol's prophets cut themselves the whole entire batch. But everyone could see that their God couldn't light a match. No, he couldn't light a match. And Elijah said to all the people, come on and now make up your mind. If the Lord be God, then we'll follow him. But if Baal prevail, then to him we'll hail without fail, without fail. You've had your chance, Elijah said. Now step aside there, brother. Your altar's cold. Your bull is too. Now watch me try the other. Just watch me try the other. But first let's water down that bull and wood beyond all question. I don't want this to look like no spontaneous combustion. He prayed one prayer, the folks around had never felt it hotter. Etc. That the folks around had never felt it hotter. That fire burned the bull, the wood, the stones, the dust, the water. That fire burned the bull, the wood, the stones, the dust, the water. Cool, clean water. That clever little ad there at the end that turned it from a Bible song to a Western song. Yes, I'm entirely responsible for that, and I'm just so tickled about that. Okay. This one's a bit more challenging. Let me see if we can even pull it off. I do parodies. What a parody is you take somebody else's idea, and generally their music too, and then you change the words around to say whatever it is you want to say. John Denver is one of my favorite singers. That's partly because of the time I grew up. I went to Pepperdine College for 1 year, and while I was there, everybody and their proverbial dog was playing the guitar. And I thought, good idea. So I went to a pawn shop, bought myself a guitar, came back to the dorm, found a friend who was so musical. He could hear things that I couldn't hear, like the chords in a song to say, Puff the Magic Dragon. And so he wrote me down a set of chords and told me to practice those. And he taught me a finger-picking riff that sounded just like Peter, Paul, and Mary. And honestly, that was all I needed. Lit my fire, and I came home to Colorado singing and playing my guitar that my folks didn't know I had bought. And and I didn't go to Pepperdine again because we couldn't afford another year. And anyway, that's the beginning of me getting to Ozark Bible College eventually. All right, where was I? John Denver. Wow, Alton, we're going to be out of time before I shut up, Merle, and start singing. All right. John Denver wrote a song that I consider to be one of the most beautiful lyric lines of maybe any of the romantic songs. Some days are diamonds, some days are stones. This whole song is a parody of that. Imagine John Denver when he's an old man. He never got there. But I'm an old man. So imagine Merle Denver singing this song, and he's singing the song to his dentures, which he misplaced a while back. And here we go. You ask me how I'm doing here without you. I could say I'm okay, and I do. But we both know the truth is hard to come by. And if I told the truth in terms of food, some meals are gummers, some are pureed, some are only ensured, or a smoothie I've made, until I find you. Real food is delayed. Some days are gummers, some are pureed. You've been lost for a week, and I'm getting thinner, losing weight every day since you've been gone, and pondering the work it takes to make my dinner tires me out, so I would just rather sing this song. Some days are gummers, some are pureed. We don't go out for steak now, just because I'm afraid that it would get stuck on the way to Belly, and Judy would have to do the Heimlich on me. You know what, folks? I'm really time conscious tonight, so I'm going to do a little tiny riff of this next song. It's one of them that I consider to be the funniest, but it was written in a time before there was such a thing as politically correct. So you could do a song like this, and people would laugh and think that's the funniest thing I've ever heard, and no one would throw a fit or sue you. But you couldn't do that kind of thing today. I'm going to see how far I can get into it at least, and just give you the idea. Song presented by Hoagie Carmichael, Huggin' and Chalkin'. I got a cow that's mighty sweet, big blue eyes and tiny feet. Her name is Rosabelle McGee, and she tips the scales at 6:03. Oh gee, but ain't it grand to have a gal so big and fat that when you hug her, you don't know where you're at. You have to take a piece of chalk in your hand and hug a ways and chalk a mark to see where you began. One day I was a huggin' and a chalkin' and a chalkin' and a huggin' away, when I met another fella with some chalk in his hand, coming around the other way, coming around the other way. I would do more. There are a couple more verses to that, and they're both awfully funny. But I want to do some of the others that are maybe funnier. I don't know. I wrote a song for Alton, and I'm going to sing it before we're done. So that's why I'm watching the clock, and I do want to share that with him and with you all. But we've got a little bit of time before we get there. So here's a song that my daughter said was just sitting there waiting for somebody to sing it, write it, sing it. And she sort of dissed me. Not really. But she said, that's too easy. It's just too easy. I've titled it, Help Me Honda. Take off on the Beach Boys. If you like the Beach Boys, you won't like this song. I really like my car, it's a sweet little Honda Accord. I never traded in for a big old Chevy or Ford. But I may have to change my mind. I got myself in a terrible bind when a hitchhiker thumbed me down and got on board. I gave a gal a ride hitchhiking down to New Orleans. She had a bag of snacks, the biggest one that I've ever seen. She ate them every mile and grew larger all the while. Now we're stuck in the dealership, if you know what I mean. Help me Honda, help me Honda. 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 Help me Honda, yeah, get her out of my car. I was really worried, would they have to remove the door? Or maybe even worse, cut a whole big hole in the floor. The mechanic said, no, 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 this ain't our first rodeo. We've seen the situation about 100 times before. He started talking to her, then he said, what is that in your hair? When she checked, he grabbed her snacks and really gave her quite a scare. Right where she could clearly see, he ate a Twinkie, then 2 or 3. And he said, I'll eat them all if you don't get out of there. Help me Honda, help me Honda. 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 Help me Honda, yeah, get her out of the car. I've seen a thing or two that made me wonder, how could that be? It had to be a miracle, I'm sure you will agree. Right before my very eyes, she went to small from supersized, and she shot out of the car saying, give my Twinkies back to me. Thank you Honda, thank you Honda. 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 Thank you Honda, yeah, you got her out of the car. What I like about that song is that just proves that anybody can write a parody. I mean, get an idea and let your brain just roll with it and see what happens. We have 2 weather set songs. Wow, I think I'm just going to do one of those. Honey, if it were up to you, would you use or choose tumbleweed or iguanas? Let's do iguanas. Judy helps me with this. She doesn't need to do vocals on it, though she could, but she is going to be the radio announcer, okay? And you should have everything you need. Okay. This song has a 3-part introduction, an assumption, a weather report, and the introduction of my wife, the radio voice. The assumption: almost every home in Florida has a pet iguana, and 90% of them are named Iggy. The actual weather report from January 20th, 2020. The National Weather Service in Miami issues this warning: falling iguanas possible tonight for parts of Florida. The National Weather Service in Miami has issued an unofficial warning for falling iguanas on Tuesday night due to the unusual cold snap that hit the Sunshine State. This isn't something we usually forecast, but don't be surprised if you see iguanas falling from the trees tonight as lows drop into the 30s and 40s. Iguanas are cold-blooded, and their blood slows down and they may become immobile when temperatures drop into the 40s. They may fall from trees, but they are not dead, the Weather Service said. Okay. The radio voice of Mrs. Judy Miller.
Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. The scene is the backyard of a normal family somewhere in Florida. This family is one of the 90% who have a pet iguana they have named Iggy. We hear the dad of this family singing.
And because he forgot to introduce that this is music from a song, a movie you well know that features Hal David and Burt Bacharach. That'll do. Okay, thanks, babe. You did great. I did a flub. Iguanas keep falling on my head, but according to the weatherman, that doesn't mean they're dead. They're only cold and stiff. I'm wondering what if I could come up with something that would get their blood a-pumping. So I just did me some talking to my wife. I think that I've been waiting for this all my natural life. Our ship is coming in. We're gonna make a mint. I've got a new invention. An iguana defroster, heater, upper, thawer, outer. Everybody's gonna wanna have an iguana sauna. An iguana sauna.
We interrupt this parody to bring you this catchy advertising slogan. If your lizard has gone through a blizzard, and now he's stiff as ice, just buy your iguana an iguana sauna, and he will think you're nice.
It was lovely.
Isn't that lovely?
Oh, it was lovely. To overcome his chill, I very simply modified our backyard grill. I made a little bed for Iggy's little head. I'll keep the heat on low till he's up and starts to go, till he warms and does some stretching, and gets his fingers flexing, then he'll be free to go back and climb a tree.
We interrupt this parody to note that this guy was just about Merle's age with similar problems. And so he got distracted with something and just forgot much later. When he finally remembered to check the grill, he sings this final verse.
Well, it's not a total loss. Invite some friends and tell them that the secret's in the sauce. Just look what Iggy did. He's like the Sundance Kid, gone in a blaze of glory, but he gave to me and you the secret ingredient for our next barbecue. Thank you, David. I am sort of amazed at how nervous I still am. Wow. Alton, I'm going to sing this song for you now.
Okay.
And then I may run just a little over, but I am going to close with what almost everybody has said is the funniest song I do. So here we go. I have a friend, his name is Alton. Was his father's only boy. From the Shavanaw Valley in Colorado. Was his mother's pride and joy. Yes, and joy was just the thing he was raised on. Love is just a way to live and die. Gold is just a Montrose County sunrise. Blue's just a Colorado sky. We went all through school together, from about 3rd grade in '54. And I owe our growing friendship for me coming to the Lord. Sometime early in our high school, simple and easy as could be, Alton gave me this invitation. How about coming to church with me? Joy was just a thing he was raised on. Love just a way to live and die. Gold was just a Montrose County sunrise. Blue was just a Colorado sky. There's so much that Alton taught me. I don't have time for everything, but for one I'm really grateful. Alton taught me how to sing, and he put me on his summer hay crew. We'd be working hard all day, but we had so much fun together. It made the hard work seem like play. and joy was just a thing he was raised on. Gold is just a way to live and die. Gold is just a Montrose County sunrise. Blue is just a Colorado sky. We both grew up and became preachers. Life took us on our separate ways. Ties that bound our hearts together. It kept us friends through all our days. Wives and families, untold blessings. Mercy, how the years have flown. I praise the source of all that goodness, Christ our rock and cornerstone. Alton got a California calling, celebrating 50 years today. If you get a chance to ask him how he's doing, happy on my way to heaven is what he'll say. Joy was just a thing he was raised on. Love just a way to live and die. Gold is now a Riverside County sunrise. Blue's just California sky. Thank you, Alton. We're over time, and I'm going to sing one more song. This is the song that takes a little time, and for that I apologize. But it's the one that everybody back home always requests, and I have to get Judy's permission to sing it. May I, honey?
Are you forgetting Alton's request song?
Oh, that's okay.
Oh, yes, I am. I did forget. That's a pretty good song. Let me just ask you.
Both of them. Do both.
Okay. Boy, you're a good crowd. Would you all come back with me to Colorado?
We'll chill for you. This is in the audience.
Okay, let's see. I should do Alton's request song first. Let me try that. I still have enough nerves that it just annoys me. But that's the way it is. So.
That's a critic.
Randy Travis wrote the song. I really like Randy Travis. He's had a few detours in his spiritual life, and he's also written some of the best narrative spiritual songs that I know. I think he was listening one day to somebody that was an almost inconceivable candidate for baptism when he wrote this song. Everybody gathered where the river runs wider at the edge of town to see if that Eddie Levon baptism was really gonna go down. The folks bet their hard-earned money that water wouldn't change a thing. They set the odds at 100 to 1. His soul would never come clean. And the preacher said, people, please take a moment or two before we wade out in the water. There's something that we gotta do. Pray for the fish They will know what hit 'em when the sin starts rolling off the likes of him. Lord be with them, they ain't done nothing. Please won't you leave them just a little bit of room to swim. Pray for the fish. Well, the preacher ducked him under that cool, clear water, then he did it again. Eddie came up yelling, Lord in heaven, hallelujah, I'm a brand new man. Well, the water got a bubbling, the sky got to rumbling, and the thunder backed up the choir. The fish started jumping, it was like they were swimming in a lake of fire. Then Eddie's mama worked her way to the front of the crowd. Then she turned around and she started yelling out loud, pray for the fish. They won't know what hit 'em when the sin starts rolling off the likes of him. They ain't done nothing, Lord please help them. Leave them just a little more room to swim. And the preacher said, everybody cross your fingers, fold your hands. Pray for old Eddie, but before we say amen, pray for the fish. They won't know what hit 'em when the sin starts rolling on the likes of him. Lord be with them, they ain't done nothing. Please won't you leave them just a little bit of room to swim. Pray for the fish. Pray for the fish.
The Kenny Chesney one, but that'd be fun.
One really quick story. I came the closest to dying that I ever known when a drunk invited me to his home. He and his wife were having troubles. We sat on their sofa and he had a gun. He held it up to my head and cocked the hammer. And I said to him, you can go ahead and pull the trigger, of course, but then you'll just feel worse than you even do now. And he thought it over and he moved the gun away and long story short, he got better. He got better because of the Lord Jesus Christ. He always had a hard time with communion because, boy, that brought some things home real hard. I've thought of him when I sing this song, Pray for the Fish. But, you know, Jesus can move an incredible reprobate heart to softness and love and goodness. Oh, it's beautiful. Okay. That's all the preaching for tonight. I do have one more song. This one's pure silly, but I get a lot of requests for it. Let's see, I need to explain a few things. The park is the disc golf park just below our house, about 2 blocks. Highway 92 is a highway that runs in western Colorado from the town of Delta, Hotchkiss, Crawford, etc. And I think the rest of this is self-explanatory, maybe. Judy, did you give me permission to sing? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Let's see. I need to get a start. I may actually have to look this up to start the song. That's so embarrassing. This is from my romantic set. Um, and it's not If My Nose Was Running Money, though that's a very funny song. There we go. All right. I just have to kind of get it into my head. One other. I want to give credit here to Aaron Wilburn. Do you know him by name? Humor, gospel singer, writer. He has written a ton of songs that all of the gospel quartets and such sing. And he's written some funny ones that are just, in my mind, screaming. He wouldn't recognize this because I added a billion verses to it. But still, credit to him for the idea. I asked my sugar pie what it would take to make her Christmas dreams come true. She said a full-length fuzzy fur coat, nothing else would do. She said she looked real pretty, and I'd be proud of her if I would just break down and buy her a fur. Well, that got me to thinking, how are we going to swing this deal? I knew we couldn't afford it, and it's wrong to steal. The problem finally solved itself like a bolt out of the blue. Jumped right out in front of me on Highway 92. Big old German Shepherd, my truck he didn't see. He went to doggy heaven, but his hide came home with me. For 3 weeks out in my garage, I worked late every night. It was mostly trial and error, but I finally got it right. Put it in a fancy box, put it under the tree. Snookums, when she saw that coat, she laid a big, big kiss on me. She didn't know that Rin Tin Tin was wrapped around her tight. Yeah, she was putting on the dog when she went out at night. Well, she wore that fur coat everywhere, just as pretty as you please. Then I noticed one small problem, a closet full of fleas. Now, a flea bite can be serious and can cause a person angst. Wait a minute. Now I got another problem. I ended that line with angst. Poets should avoid some words, and one of them is angst. No other word in English exactly rhymes with angst. Banks and tanks and planks don't have a T to sound like angst. Yep, you're in love song trouble if you end the line with angst. Now I got another problem. You ever have this happen? You get a snatch of a song or maybe a single word that just rolls around in your brain and you can't get it out. Angst, 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 angst. Don't worry about it. I can handle this. It's not pretty. You might want to cover your ears, but I'll take care of it. Yeah, Morgan takes a book and it's gone. Pretty proud of that method. Now, where were we? We haven't accessorized the coat yet. We talked about that danger of fleece. Okay, I think we got it. We drove down to the Goodwill to get her some gloves to match. It was on that trip that I first noticed she had begun to scratch. When we got home, she said, let's take a walk. I'll meet you on the deck. When I got out there, there she was with a leash around her neck. I was in the kitchen talking I was in the kitchen talking on the phone. Looked out in the backyard, she was burying a bone. She wriggled in through the doggy door, though the back door wasn't locked. She started chasing random cars halfway down the block. Sometimes at our supper table, she'd sit on the floor and beg. And she told me she'd been dreaming about biting a postman on the leg. She didn't do nothing criminal, didn't, well, like highway robbery, but I noticed that her kisses were getting kind of slobbery. You see why Judy likes this song so much. I knew that her psychology was headed strangely south when I caught her running across the park with a frisbee in her mouth. Well, it had to stop. Of course it did. I saw that clear one day. I've lost my chords completely. It had to stop. Of course it did. I saw that clear one day. She was sizing up a fire hydrant in a most peculiar way. Well, I threw that fur coat in the trash, although it made her sad. At least it got me back the wife that everyone thought I had. And folks, things went along pretty good there for, quite a spell. But then something happened a couple of weeks ago that make up the last verse of this song. My honey pie's been depressed here lately since I backed out over the cat. But I think she'll feel much better when I give her this new fur hat. I'm pretty proud of this. I made this for hat myself, just for her. Folks, that's all there is, and we're 20 minutes over. I do apologize. Every time I say I'm done, I'm not. I wanted to show you what I invented. I love kazoos. They're the idiot's musical instrument. And I made a slide kazoo. Don't you just drool with the idea? Anyway, let me play it briefly for you. When the saints go marching in.
We used to play combs in grade school, Merle. Do you remember that? All right. It's good to have had you here, and I'm not going to keep you here all night. For those of you who would like to and who know how, we need to set up the stage for tomorrow morning. So if you would like to stay around and help us to do that, I would appreciate that. And so Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. Good night. You're here to help.
That's one thing about it, is never know what the end is, right? It's always an adventure. I still always have to do with, at least the words up there. If I get the first, yeah, but it's like, well, that's pretty cool. It's like that thing is like zero. Yeah.